Raw, uncut, and unapologetic. Welcome to Men Talking Mindfulness.
I think I was happy for all of 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, all right, now, how do I get to the director role? And the whole next year was that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm just constantly chasing the I'll be happy when syndrome, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then it was really hard for me to face. And I'll be honest, it took me, I was in denial for a bit, to be honest, before I was willing to admit it.
Yeah, I learned a while ago this whole idea of be, do, have, do, be, right? Most of us live these lives where if I have, all these different things, I have like a great job title that'll come with some money, then I'll collect a bunch of things around that job title, then I'll be happy, right? So we kind of really tie ourselves to extrinsic motivators, right? Status, money, whatever else that kind of idea of success, and what that, I think it's what I love what you're saying here, Matt, is like what it looks like. And you're always like looking for that external and validation to fill that internal void, if you will. But living more of a life on purpose and a life in passion, that puts us in the place. Well, if I'm happy, so therefore I'm happy with when I wake up and the work that I'm doing, then I can basically have anything I want. It's just, and have you, like, so you flipped into that be, do, have instead of have, do, be. And I just wanted to put that out there because there's a big difference between like intrinsic motivators and extrinsic motivators. And if we're motivated on the inside because of something that we resonate deeply, probably, that voice that we're tapping into when you're at the hospital and right at the very moment of your accident, I feel is part of that, that deeper heart voice of yourself. And I think some sort of universal divine intelligence that is there waiting for us to arrive or waiting us to fall down and can pick us up when it needs to. I just wanted to put that in the conversation because it's like I'm hearing this, and I was that, when I started out, when I got out of college, like I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I had a degree in biology. I went and worked at some pharmaceutical company, and I liked the people I was working with. Like the work I was doing wasn't satisfying, but at that time in my life, it was just, I kind of worked for my weekends, and the money I made was to like have cars and go have some fun. But every, 40 hours or more a week, Monday through Friday, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? And then, I got, instead of, I didn't put a bullet in my head, but I had my heart broken and everything started to change. Yeah. And, and it's like, it's those big pivotal moments that I think a lot of us, or hopefully, most of us will have if we're not feeling very good in what we're doing right now, because that's that wake up call that I think we hear so much about.
I love that you brought in be, do, have. I want to bring in something with that if you guys are open to it.
Absolutely.
So one is I love the be, do, have, and I want to get into that a bit with you guys. And then I want to also just bring in something that's so important for us as men. And I think because a lot of us have brilliant minds, our brilliant minds will tell us something is this way or that way, and we don't know where the nuance is. And it's the nuance that helps us really, really go into the nitty gritty of what it is to live, what it is to open and expand and live a successful, full life. And I love why you brought in be, do, have, because, for me, there was a big part after shooting myself that was about the being. Like, I want to go out and be this, but there was still a lot of the do and the have in there too. And there were pivotal moments where one was more prominent than the other. What I see so often, I think is more common case, because not everyone's walking around with their bullet in their head, and I'm really glad that's the case, is that, a lot of people really do start with that. It's like, what do I have? Like, oh, I went to school, I got this job that pays well, I can have things I like. I got the nice car, I can go out drinking on the weekends, I can, afford a nice date, whatever our motivators are financially around the having. But then we get to that point where it is kind of feeling empty, and there's a part of this that starts to, and this was a transition point for me in a major way in 2017 after my fiance left me. It really started to become less about what I have, because I had everything. I had the nice house, I had the the partner, I had the car, I had the great corporate job, and I was fucking miserable. And so, and then when she left me, and I'm sitting and crying alone in our kitchen on the floor going, I had everything. Now I feel like I have nothing. And then I realized that I wasn't even happy when I had everything. That's when it started to shift more and more to the work I do. And then it started like, well, I want to do work that's meaningful. And that poured me into life purpose and all those things.
Listen to the full episode on our podcast, Men Talking Mindfulness, or watch it here on YouTube. Thanks for checking us out. mentalkingmindfulness.com. Peace.